How important is it on, say, diversity as far as being a good investor, particularly in your world?
Yeah, well, I think it connects to another critical point, which is part of the connection to discipline is also recognizing that you're going to be wrong a lot. Like even the very best, I'm saying that the people who are the absolute very best in this business are only right 55-45 on any one trade in any 1 month. So what that means is 45% of the time you're going to be wrong, right? And so one of the ways to deal with that, and that's the practical reality, like you can't get better than that. So it's not worth trying to be like, well, I think I'm smarter than the, most sophisticated asset managers in the world, right? Except that's a good winning percentage. And so one of the things that you want to do given that is you want to improve your overall portfolio through diversification. And all diversification is, it's a really simple idea. It can sound very complex, but it's basically saying, look, if you have an edge, if you have a 55-45 edge, well, then what you want to do is you want to put as many bets on the table as you can, because every time you take that bet, what happens is you probably will win. And if you just take one bet, the odds that you do all right are only so good. But if you do that over 10 bets, or if you do it over 20 or 100 bets, and if you do it through time, right? You get that diversification through time. That will really help you make the most of whatever edge you have in the market.
Man, brilliant. So we've talked about trading systems. We've talked about diversification. What would be a third leave behind that you can leave for our fans around the world?
Yeah. I mean, I think the last thing I'd say is that the best traders in the world that I talk to are sort of relentlessly curious about how they could be wrong. And that is in the world, people are often benefited by having consistency in a way of thinking, right? They in a position. So you're a politician, right? You're like, I have this strong view on X, Y, and Z, and I will be consistent in that view. And in markets, that will kill you, right? What you want to do, because as you said, markets are a constantly learning and evolving game, right? You constantly have to learn and adapt and understand and evolve and recognize that you're wrong and change when you recognize that you're wrong in a certain position or a certain dynamic. And so part of the way that the best traders operate is that they have this sort of relentless curiosity about how they could be wrong. They seek alternate views, right? Not in I'm going to have a debate with the person, but in a genuine, open-minded, how could I be wrong? What could I learn from those alternative views? And so you see that process, and in some ways, like one of the best ways to enable that in your day-to-day operation of trading of whatever is for every trade that you do where you have all of the reasons why you're very long, you're very confident in your view, write down the reasons why you could be wrong. Because what that'll allow you to do is as you put that bet on through time, what you can see is, are things happening closer to what I would consider me, making this trade wrong, or are they closer to what I expected in order to make the trade right?